Here, founder of the BLK Agenda. All right, so today we're going to be talking about what is your core product. All right, this is something that's very, very important. Something that I didn't know about until last year, and learning why this is such a huge focus in doing your business startup, as to why you will excel in any product that you put out. All right, and how you can scale that product as well. We're just going to be talking about literally the basics today. I will not be keeping y'all long. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, and then we end up being on here for like an hour. We ain't never been on here 2 hours, I don't think, but yeah, we get to being on here for a minute. But we will not be that long on here talking about your core product, because I just want to make this very simple, tangible. All right, because this is I'm addressing this because it's something that I get asked in consultations, but typically I don't have the amount of time to kind of break it down. All right, but I want to break it down I break it down in consultations, but I want to break it down into a simpler level where it's digestible for everybody that's watching, so you can understand the importance of it and how it literally works for you every day, and what you are doing and the products and services that you interact with as well. And another thing, I won't be able to see none of y'all comments, all right, until after I get done. I'll take Q&A at the end, all right. Once I get done, being on the board, right? Because we're just gonna talk about the core product. And the one thing I want to mention before we get started is that just because you got a core product, doesn't mean that you're it always has to be tangible. But I will be hitting on tangible products today. You could have a core service as well that you also market. So I don't want to make, when I'm talking about this, I don't want you to think like something is exclusive, something being left out. All right, because there's much more to what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Just a disclaimer that what I'm going to say. All right, I'm just giving you the basics as I usually do. And also, before we get started, I want to tell you this. All right, entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. All right, and I don't mean this in a very bad way. All right, but it's a lot of responsibilities that come with that, and it's a lot of learning that comes with that, and continued education, and a lot of investing in self that comes with that as well. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. All right, I believe, in my opinion, that's one of the biggest differences between like people who, make it to the top, and people, who, stay lower level. All right, when it comes to entrepreneurship, like they're barely making it by. And I'm not talking about my people in the business startup where you like literally are just starting a business. I'm talking about people who've been in the game for like 10, 20 years, but they only making the same amount of money they can make on a job. Like, that's the difference, is that continued education. So, me being an educator, continued education is a must. It's very important to me. All right. And I feel that everybody needs that, so that, you can excel and go further, because once you stop learning, in my opinion, you start dying. All right. But that's just my educator talk. But we're going to get into our topic today. We'll be talking about the core product. All right. So what is your core product? All right. Essentially, all right, when you come into a core product, people automatically think about, what's the thing I can sell? All right. And yes, you're going to be selling something at the end of the day, because what I always tell people, the bottom line when you're getting into business is to make money. Like, at the end of the day, like, you started a business because you want to make money. You didn't start a business because you want to give damn discounts. You didn't start a business because your cousin told you to. All right. You started it because it was like, all right, this is something I could do and I can make money off of it. All right. But money was the underlying thing. Literally, at the end of the day, yes, we're going to get value. Yes, you're going to impact people. But at the end of the day, you want to make money. And how you do that is through your product. So we're going to be talking about core products. All right. But it's not always about what you're selling. All right. It's about the benefits. All right. And the problems you're going to be servicing, or giving service to through your products. All right, so the first thing, all right, talk about what is your core product. All right, it's the benefit the product brings to the customer. All right, the core product is the benefit that it brings to the customer. All right, and it's satisfying their basic need. All right, literally, that is what it is. All right, so if you're looking for example, the biggest example I give, like with the business startup part. All right, a lot of people want to start a business. All right. Or they have an idea, they want an LLC. All right, I do business start. That's the broad scope. It's like, all right, I work with first generation entrepreneurs, all right, empowering black women business startup, people who don't have any idea literally how business works, and talk to them. All right, but the overarching thing, the core, is helping start a business. But when we get deep down into it, it's about the systems. It's about the business plan. Those are the things that's the basic necessities of that core product. All right, that I hit on when we get into like consultations and things of that nature. All right, now one of the examples that I use to make it realer, all right, is when it comes. Think about the cell phone. All right, if you have a cell phone was literally created. But I know we don't be thinking like this, but a cell phone was literally like created so that you can make phone calls, all right? And now it's phone calls and text messages, but you can make phone calls away from your house. Literally, that's why the cell phone was created. Literally, that's the core of that product, all right, the cell phone. But, all right, it's many other things that go along with the cell phone that make you buy that thing, all right? Because at the end of the day, if nothing else worked on your phone, you want to be able to text and you want to be able to call people, all right? So you have to be knowing that basic need first, and then you expand from there when it comes to the core product and whatever you may be servicing, all right, whatever you may be trying to render out to the public, all right? Now, the next up I want to talk about is the tangible product, all right? So with this one, I was talking about things that someone could typically touch, all right, when it comes to it, all right? When it comes to having a tangible product. So if we're looking at the business plan, and once again, all right, yes, we have the consultations, and I say the core services of me, like helping you start your business. But what's tangible is the business plan, all right, helping you learn how to make your pitch, the business pitch sheet, all right, the 15 actionable steps to start your business, that book, all right, those are the tangible things that people could touch, all right, that will help them in satisfying that basic need outside of what the core mission is of the core product, all right? So if we go back to that cell phone example that I just gave, all right, the basic need of the cell phone is basically to make phone calls away from home, all right, right? But the tangible thing for people when it comes to cell phones, and this is the part where you sell people on when it comes to the tangible part, that's what we are rolling more towards. All right, what's the size of the phone screen? All right, some people, y'all know that they can't. I'm thinking about my grandma right now, but they be having a font on 10,000. All right, this screen's so little, like they be complaining, but it's really their damn eyes. All right, but then you got people who have bigger hands. They gonna want a bigger phone. All right, so they gotta have a bigger phone. All right, how big is the buttons? Is it touch screen? What's the resolution? These are all the tangible features, all right, that make people want this product even more. All right, so you have to understand that part as well when it comes to the actual tangible product outside of that core, all right, satisfaction that you are, giving off in your marketing, whatever else it may be when you're talking about it. All right, now going into the tangible product and target audience. All right, these two, the core product and the tangible product, they are very, very relatable, all right, and they tie into one another. So I don't want you to miss it. So pay attention to this for me, please. All right, you got the core product, the tangible product. They complement one another. All right, but it also complements, all right, your target audience. This is why it's important for you to know, all right, what's your core product going to be, and you develop it, all right, based off of your target audience. All right, because the tangible product and target audience, knowing your core, all right, aids in serving your target audience. All right. So if you know the core product, all right, let's look at the target audience first. Let's slow it down. We're looking at your target audience, right? And you're looking at, all right, this person, the person, your Martha, as we will call it, all right, your Martha, all right. They could be a person that's about, depending on what you're doing, if you are, let's say, doing makeup, all right, but you want to do it for a specified group, all right, which would be your target audience. Let's say pageant models, teenage pageant models, niche it all the way down. All right, you want to be a makeup artist. All right, you're probably going to be going to Instagrams where you see people who are influencing others due to their looks, and they're young. All right, and you're going to be in a space where all these people are, but you want to be in a certain space, all right, that's specifically for teenagers, and you know that you can market to them your tangible products because they are your target audience. You're a teenage pageant makeup artist. All right. So between 14 and let's say 18, that's going to be your target audience. So you know when it's time for prom, you probably gonna make money because they friends gonna tell their friends that they're a model. All right, you know it's time in the summer. A lot of people do photo shoots in the summer because the weather is beautiful. All right, so that is why you know that's important. But another example to make this a little bit more real when connecting the two that I like to give is when it comes to thinking about a car. All right, when it comes to your target audience and your tangible product. All right, the basic need of a car that you know is we want to transport. All right, you want to get around, but like I put down here, if you got somebody that's 18 versus somebody that's 36 that's buying a car, there's a huge gap, all right, between why they might be buying a car. A man like myself, all right, I like fast cars, all right. So fast cars are typically cars that are compact, right? All right, and they're not that big. They ain't made to have no kids in it. But if I was 36, married, all right, have my wife, we have kids. I'm probably not gonna be looking for no sports car. I'm probably gonna be looking for a truck. And you know, Lord, don't do it to me, but I ain't gonna be looking for no van. But you know, some people get in that situation where they gotta drive a van. All right, so that'll be the difference as well in knowing your target audience and that the tangible product that you're gonna be giving. All right, because the basis of everything, all right, with the core, all right, is satisfying the basic need. But the way you're marketing the target product is not based off of the basic need. It's going to be based off the tangible product, all right, and the features that it have, all right? Because just imagine if every single person around here, they're like, all right, we sell food, all right? Everybody know you sell food. If you're a person that you got a restaurant, they selling food, all right, boom, all right, what type of food are you selling? All right, you're going to be, if you're doing seafood, you're going to be selling people on your core and your tangible product of seafood. All right, and what type of seafood? All right, do you got crab legs? Do you know, just things of that nature? All right, because it's usually not the basic need that draws people in, it's the tangible one. All right, so I'll answer questions now. All right, I'm gonna come over to the other side. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Boom. All right. Whew. Thing bounced it right back. All right, so I'll answer any of y'all questions now. All right. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Not the minivan, exactly. Yeah, we ain't trying to be in no minivans. All right. Mine's is 18 to 34. Good. Yeah, knowing your target audience is very important. All right. When you are doing this and coming up with your core products, because you just gotta know who you marketing to. All right, because if you just throwing your stuff out there to everybody, you probably not gonna really get anybody. Or if you do get somebody, it won't be a consistent flow. So you gotta be able to know who you going to and who you talking to, and who you gonna be marketing at. All right, because too many people I see them, they like it was this one example. It was a woman selling T-shirts. All right, clothes they're a little hard to sell sometimes if you don't have a banging brand or something that's just like out there. Trust me, because I do it. All right, or you don't have enough force behind it. And I forgot what it was said on the shirt, but it was something very basic, and the design was very basic as well. But I asked, who are you targeting this towards? Because it was tight fitting, it was polyester, so I really couldn't understand who she was going for with it. And I think it said like goddess on the shirt or something. And I'm like, all right, are you going for people who do yoga? Like, are you going for people who just work out a lot, or are you going for people who just want to wear tight clothes? All right, because she was in a spiritual space, so I'm like, you need to figure out like who you gonna be going towards and get in that space. Because you just saying, could you post me on your page because I need to get some sales off my shirt? that's not gonna work because people gonna be looking at the shirt like, what's special about it? Everybody got a shirt. All right, you got to know what's the story behind it. All right, does the story fit their story? All right, because some people get inspired by what they wear, and you can just look at these big name brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all that crap. All right, Jordan as well. All right, people are literally wearing that stuff because it's a status symbol. All right, it really ain't got nothing to do with the product. All right, because half the time people don't even know what good shoes feel like. All right, unless you buying top of the line shoes. All right. But they're buying that status. All right, that's why Jordans, they go for people who are younger. All right, because it's a status symbol when you wear something like that. That's why they market towards it. They market it in commercials. They market it with athletes. Typically, athletes, professional athletes, they're not having old ass athletes in these Jordan commercials. All right, they got younger athletes that look like the people that's going to be wearing them. All right. Because they know their core product and they know the core audience, you know, of who's going to be wearing that product. All right. All right, but let me know if y'all have any questions. All right, before we get up out of here. I got about 5 more minutes. About 5 more minutes. All right. All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, I will get up out of here. Y'all know how we end this thing. All right. You are wealthy, you are valued, and you are worthy. Peace and blessings, family.